So there's a lot of anxiety when it comes to building and being able to ship products around the world and actually put it out there for people to see. So I'm creating a 30-day challenge where people build out their ideas. And so this challenge is going to be called Function First, where each day we're going to be solving practical problems that people generally just have and making it available for everyone to use. And this is day one. Let's get into it. Yes, okay, I have everything set up. But here's the idea. So the idea is that I am going to build a expense splitting application. So I kind of have it all laid out over here. You guys can take a look, but I want it to be able to have multiple users be able to collaborate asynchronously, just meaning that like anyone can manipulate whatever expenses that need to be added whenever they are available, and not everyone has to be online at the same time to be able to change any of those values or update the expense sheet. So I also don't want to have a database attached to this, so no Supabase, no Firebase. I want this to be able to be shared collectively among the people that have this expenses, but I don't want it such that it's, let's say I have hundreds of thousands of users coming together. I don't want to myself keep track of hundreds of thousands of different expense sheets. So I explored a couple options. So the first option would be to have a peer-to-peer connection through WebRTC, but this requires at least one node to be on at all times, which is not really feasible for the kind of thing that we're trying to do here. But another direction is kind of interesting, more crowdsourced storage through Google Drive. So Google Drive has this API where you could manipulate, modify, read, etc. files, and I'm going to have some dedicated files that will allow users to be able to update and manipulate whatever expense sheet, and that will be against the cost of someone's Google Drive account. So that will be basically free storage for people with a Google account that is, not already full. But I just need to make sure that there are like strict permissions, and I'm only looking for specific files. So for example, I'm only going to look for files that have the particular annotation that is unique called split the cost. I think that the goal of this overall is to make this easy to use and easy to share, indicated through the existence of a shared file through the Google Drive. And of course being tracked by the particular annotation that we just mentioned. But a non-goal is having this become a financial tracker. Realistically, all I want to do is allow people to put up whatever finances, whatever things that they have for a given trip, and be able to split costs. And people can, let's say, form a group and then add a lot of different, trips, or you can add like different subcategories of things that you have spent money on. But you should be able to also create multiple groups, so hence multiple split the cost files to be able to split costs with amongst different groups and know how much you owe to each other. Yeah, and so that's the goal. That's the very much rough plan, so I'm gonna go implement that right now. So I started coding through it, and it low-key took me a long time. So this is me voiceover over after a day. I made a LinkedIn post about it. I think the most difficult part was definitely getting the deployment correct. I think using Cloudflare, there was some issues with memory being too low and some missed optimizations, but overall it came out to be a solid product that I really want to show you guys right now. All right, so here's the website. It's called splitthecost.org, and basically you just create your itemized bill, including tax and tip, and you will instantly know who owes who in the fewest payments, and this data just lives in your drive. You have no database and there's nothing to worry about. All of your data is safe and private, and it's in your own account. And so what we can do here is, if I have a group, let's call it my group A, and I have 3 different people that are assigned to it. So let's say person B as well as person C. So here I'll add a category, and this category name will just be just food, just call it food. And this is all of our previous expenses. And so here our expense is Nobu. So we went to a fancy restaurant and it's paid by me. The first item is the black cod miso, and this runs retail for like around $36. And we also have the A5 Wagyu, which is, you know, a calm little $145. And we also maybe have some like rolls, and maybe that's like $15 in itself. We give perhaps like tax 10%, so let's say like $20 here, and tip, let's give another like 15, so that's gonna be like let's say like 30, let's say 33 for now. And yeah, so now we just want to assign the people. So let's say I only had the black cod and the rolls, but person B had black cod and the A5 Wagyu, but person C had a little bit of everything. So once we save that, we just immediately know who owes who and how much. We can also take a look and print at the page, and this will just give us a quick rundown that you can easily save, and a CSV file for any analysis that you want to perform. And if you want to look at it, you can look at it through sheets or code or anything, and it'll give you a nice little table for who owes who. So that's a little rundown. Splitthecost.org and go ahead and try it for yourself.